Hello, I am Ruby and welcome to another Code ZIN video. Woo! Today I am here to update old videos. New tutorial about how to use the weapons and skills. I already did a tutorial with the attacks, another one with the movement in the past, so if you didn't see them, I recommend you to check them out before this one, because yeah, some of the things have changed, but a lot of the things are still the same, and I am not going to repeat all those things, because I already have a lot of things to explain. Like I said in the old tutorials, I want to explain the basics without going into details, showing you all the different attacks and when to use them. Because details like how much damage this attack deals probably will change soon, since it's still early access and there's a lot of balance patches. But the general purpose of the skills and weapons should not change a lot. By the way, if you are wondering about what is this in the background, there was a San Valentine event where they released this map in Team Deathmatch with a heart design, and I thought it was cool to have it in the background for this video. Before we start with each specific weapon, there's something I should have mentioned in the movement tutorial that I did not, which is the weight of the weapon. In Code ZIN, every weapon has its own weight, and you will move faster or slower depending on the weapon you're holding. But there's a very important detail. If you pay attention, when you run, you dodge, or you wall jump, or in other situations, you will see that your character doesn't hold any weapon. The weapon disappeared, which means that in those moments, it doesn't matter the weapon you have. It will not affect your character speed. So for example, you run at the same speed no matter what weapon you have, but when you are walking, it does matter. So you will see a big difference between holding light weapons or heavy weapons. This is very important, especially in touchdown, because moving faster is important, and also because when you are the ball carrier, you will run out of stamina, so you will need to walk at some point. The lightest weapon, and therefore the one that allows you to move faster right now, is the sword, the Durendal. And now let's start with the change of the weapons that I already explained in the old videos. Let's start with the sniper, the Helios. The direct hit has been nerfed, but the explosion has been buffed. Now the direct hit actually deals more damage when you charge the shot. So in the old tutorial I said that you should shoot enemies even if you don't have the shot charged, it was worth it, but now I think it's more worth it to charge the shot in almost every situation, since you will deal more damage with the direct hit and also with the explosion, and a direct hit without charge and without the explosion deals just a bit of damage. Also, a new movement mechanic with the Helios has been discovered. By crouching you can cancel the charge, so with this what you can do is after a wall jump you can start charging a shot, then cancel the charge by crouching, and then make another wall jump. And looping this, you can make infinite wall jumps in the same wall. Can be useful in some specific spots. About the Scorpio, it has been nerfed, but it doesn't change how it works. With the patches, they change a lot of details. They changed a lot of things: pattern, shooting speed, damage. They nerfed the beep, the right button melee attack. Before you could spam half charge beeps to move very fast, and now spamming beeps it's a bit slower. About shooting, the most important thing is that in one of the latest patch, they reduced the hitbox of the bullet, making it so much smaller so it's harder to hit shots. And this is the reason why, right now, I prefer the new assault rifle, the Scarab, that I will explain later. Resolver is funny because actually they nerfed it a lot back in the days, but not very long ago they kind of revert most of the change, so right now it's more or less the same that in my old videos. The most important change is that they nerfed the damage. Before, a perfect shot full headshot was 85 damage, now it's 70, and all the shots in the body it's 43. So before it was possible to kill someone with 2 bullets if you hit them very good, normally it will be like 3, but now it's harder to kill a full HP enemy with just 3 bullets. It's still a very good weapon to combo with another attacks of other weapons that push enemies backwards, like the Soar, even the beep of the Scorpio, and the new button Scarab that I will explain later. Long time ago, they removed the mechanic of dodging between shots so you can shoot faster, but now they reverted and it's again possible. Oh, and by the way, they added this image in the interface so you can see when you can dodge to cut an animation to be able to attack again faster, not only in the Resolver, in most of the weapons, like for example the next one, the sword, the Durendal. The Durendal is the weapon with more change since my old videos. Like the other ones, they change hitboxes, damage, timings, and more things that, like I said, I'm not going to explain these details. There's especially 2 important things. They reworked the light slash. Now it's slower and it has another animation. It's slower because in the past it was very easy to kill someone just spamming light slashes. And now it's still possible, but it's harder because it's slower, so it's easier to dodge. Especially the timing between the second light slash and again the first one, it's very slow, so easier to dodge between those attacks. And the other important change is that if you remember, in my old movement tutorial, I say that every time you do a Durendal dash, you should continue it with a heavy slash, because even if you didn't have any enemy to attack, it was faster to do this combo than waiting the end of the dash animation itself. But now this doesn't work like this. If you want to move faster, now it's actually faster to do 2 dashes in a row. The combo is still very good. You can still dash and heavy to kill somebody or to push him backwards. But if you have a free way to the goal and you just want to go faster, now the fastest way is just 2 dashes in a row. Let's go with the new weapons that were not available in my old tutorials. The Cyclone, or the Bat, is the second melee weapon, and it offers more power than the Durendal, but less mobility. It has 3 attacks. With the left click, you do the swing that pushes the enemy backwards, similar to the heavy slash of the Durendal. But actually, right now, the swing is the attack that pushes more the enemy backwards. If you are in the air and you long press left click, you will do the jump attack. Actually, in the air, you can swing if you just click, jump attack if you long press, and also you can make the third attack with the right click, the spin attack, which is very good against multiple enemies. The first hit of the spin attack doesn't have any secondary effect, it only applies damage. The next hit staggers the enemy, stopping him from running, for example. And then the final hit also pushes the enemy backwards. Also, you can jump while doing the spin attack, being able to do little comets. It's true that in one of the latest patches, they nerfed the movement speed while doing the spin attack, so there are some comments that I explain in the map tutorials that you cannot do them anymore now. Those comments that I said in the video, this comment is pixel perfect with the bat, now you cannot do that comment anymore, but you can still do the little ones. And well, like you probably already saw, both jump attack and spin attack use half of the flux of the Cyclone. The most typical combos with this bat is jump attack and then swing, very powerful and very effective, and also spin attack and then jump attack, because the spin attack finishes pushing and you can jump while doing the spin, you can finish it while jumping, getting ready for the next jump attack. It's true that this combo is a bit worse since the spin attack movement nerf, but as you can see, it's still possible. And now probably you are wondering, then what's the best melee weapon? The Durendal or the Cyclone? Well, if you are talking just about kills, Cyclone can compete against Durendal, or it's even better. But in mobility, especially for touchdown, the Durendal is so much better. Especially because of its dash, and because of the advance of his jump attack that the Cyclone jump attack doesn't have. Also, like I said before, the Durendal is the lightest weapon, so you move very fast with it, while the Cyclone is one of the heaviest, so you move very slow. Actually, I think Cyclone is the slower weapon with the next one, the Wildfire or Heavy Machine Gun, HMG. Haha, this one is easier to explain. Basically, the Heavy Machine Gun has a lot of bullets, the fire rate is insane, and the damage is actually very high. But the accuracy, mid-range or long range, is so bad. And also, you move very slow, especially while shooting, so you are an easy target for the enemies. In my opinion, it's good for the function that a Heavy Machine Gun is meant to have, which is in a defensive position when you have your teammates in front of you in the first line, so the enemies has to focus first in your teammates and you are behind with the heavy machine gun shooting. In that situation is very good, but in other situations, like for example you being in the first line or when you are attacking instead of defending, is not very good, because you move very slow, so you are going to be very easy to kill for the enemies. It's a weapon that had to be very nerfed after it releases. Until now, like I said, I think it's good for the function it should have. It even had a secondary attack in the right button, but it was very OP and they directly delete it. Maybe if you saw one gameplay or stream when it releases, you remember about that. And now let's talk about the most recent weapon in Code ZIN, the Scarab. Automatic assault rifle, like the Scorpio. The most different thing is the right click attack. If you right click with the Scarab, you will start a block to stun the enemies that try to hit you with melee attacks. So if they hit you with melee attacks while you are blocking, they will get stunned. With the exception of the jump attacks, you will completely hit them. Also, after charging the block, because you full charge or because you stop charging by stopping clicking, probably because you already stunned the enemy or whatever reason, you will do a punch, a melee attack that pushes the enemy backwards. Also, in the latest patches, they added that you can stop the charge by dodging. So with this, you also cancel the punch after the charge. So after stunning, you can switch to another weapon to hit a most effective attack. Or if you see the enemy is not going to hit you with melee attacks because he predicted your block, you can cancel like this. Sometimes the block doesn't work very well and it doesn't block all the melee attacks. It's a bit bugged, but I guess it's something they will fix in future patches. About shooting, I feel it's a better weapon than the Scorpio, because like I said before, in the last patches, the hitbox of the bullets of the Scorpio were nerfed, while the Scarab didn't, so I feel you hit a lot of more bullets with the Scarab than with the Scorpio. So which one is better? Well, in my opinion, if you want to kill shooting, the Scarab is better than the Scorpio, but if you are a rusher in touchdown and you want movement, the Scorpio beep is very important. So if this is your case, I recommend you the Scorpio. Let's go with the skills. Now there are two types of skills, the movement ones and the utility ones, and you equip one of each type. By default you use the movement skill with shift, and to use the utility skill is pressing C, if I remember correctly, because I changed my controls to use both of the skills on my mouse lateral button. As you can imagine, the platform skill that I already explained in all videos, it's a movement skill. The shield is a utility skill. With it you will create a shield that covers your team from enemy bullets, so enemy bullets will not cross the shield from any direction, while your teammates' bullets can. But it's not a wall, enemies will be able to cross the shield, or even melee attack through it. An important tip is that for the sniper, the Helios, it protects you from the direct hit, but then the explosion will be made in the shield, and it doesn't cover you from that explosion even if you are behind the shield. So if you are using the shield to cover you from a sniper, remember to make a step backwards so the explosion doesn't hit you. About the durability of the shield, it ends after a time, but it also has health points, so you can shoot the shield to destroy it earlier than waiting it to end by time. The zone is the second utility skill. It creates a sphere, and inside this sphere, you and your teammate will heal health points and also stamina faster. It heals more to the user that created the zone than the teammates, but it still heals the teammates a bit. To the enemies, it doesn't affect anything, and in case you're wondering, they don't stack. So if you are inside two zones, you are not going to heal more than if you were inside one. The Soar skill, or the wings, is the second mobility skill. You will have wings to fly, of course, I don't know what you expect. If you start using them from the floor, you will start with a high jump, that you will not start with it if you start using it in the air. After that high jump, or if you started in the air, you will glide. And if you press again the Soar button, you will move with an upward boost, but you will have this boost only once per flight. And after that boost, you will glide again. You can shoot while gliding, which is especially funny with the heavy machine gun or with the Helios. You know, doing the helicopter. It's not like the best option to do, but it's still very funny. Also, I discovered that if you land on a jump pad, you will take the jump pad boost and the wings will not end. So technically, you can infinite fly with this, but yeah, you will not be able to move very far from the jump pad. So it's not like very worth it, but probably it's useful in some situation. And this was the updated weapons and skills tutorial. How it helped you and also you liked it. My idea is that the next video is going to be the new map tutorial, Toxic Arena. And also I already did all the basic tutorials I wanted, so I'm going to start doing videos for each new patch they release in Code ZIN, talking about all the changes and telling you my opinion. I think it didn't make sense to do this before, because talking about a change of a weapon that probably I didn't even do a video talking about it, at least in my mind it doesn't make sense. But now I already explained everything, so I will start doing it, even if it's just 3 minutes videos. Like in every video, I would like you to type in the game chat the next time that you see me in a lobby, this time the word berenjena, which is eggplant in Spanish. I didn't know this one in English, it's funny. Every time you say one of these words, it makes me very happy and you make me smile. And it's completely free, so why not? So hope you liked the video, drop a like if you did, comment your opinion and subscribe for more Code ZIN videos. See you in the next tutorial or in a lobby. Bye bye!